Good morning, everyone. Let's take a couple deep breaths as we center ourselves. Good job. Let's go ahead and expand our solar plexus energy. Make it as big as you know directions. Now make it 6 feet bigger than you know directions. Good job. How are you doing this beautiful morning? About 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up because there was thunder over my head and the sky just fell. There was so much rain that came down. Big fat drops also hitting against the window. It was like, whoa. It was scary for a bit. No wind. I do like spring showers. It leaves a very earthy scent in the air. And nature is getting back to what nature was. Just like we were bound, so was the earth. So was nature. We are in we are infinite beings. We are celestials. There is a being that gives life to the earth, to the planet. And it's also an infinite being, a celestial. Mother Gaia, as we know her. So her and us are traveling this path together. And that is one being we really cannot, we never leave and she never leaves us because we are on the planet and she is the whole planet. And what do you bring to the equation? Unconditional love. You are unconditional love. You've always been. In this barbaric era or eras or planet, if you will, because it has been barbaric times, you might have forgotten what unconditional love is, but it's just something you need to remember because you are it. Nobody can teach you. You are. And this is your true power. A lot of times, other beings look for where that is found in the human body, thinking that that is stored in a particular organ or something, or that it's something physical in the organ, but it's not. It's something that you are. It's part of your essence. It doesn't matter who you pretend to be in your physical body, because honestly, it's just a pretense what you try to be in your physical body. You try to be you are a doctor or you are a lawyer, you are an executive, you're this, you're that, but it's really a pretense, right? If you look at the big picture, because you are an infinite being. Bottom line, you're an infinite being. You're a celestial. That's it. And what you're trying to be right now, a doctor, a lawyer, a executive, whatever else, is what you're being just for this moment, for this blink of the eye. But what you are always, and you always will be, is an infinite being, unconditional love. And during this human experience at this moment, you might be something else, a lawyer, a doctor, a construction worker, a janitor, a clerk, whatever. That's why I said pretending, because it's temporary. But see, we do these things because of the experience that we want to get. And many times we have just put away who we truly are. And that is unconditional love. And if we were to live as infinite beings, celestial beings, infinite beings, there's no beginning, there's no end to you. You never die, you never are born. You're always there with a love that's yours to have, yours to share, because you are love. So can you harm your soul? Can you harm yourself? Can you harm you being an infinite being by the actions you take as a physical being? No, no, you can't. You might have to pay karma if you do anything bad to someone. You might have to pay karma if you hurt others. And you might have to work on releasing negative emotions that you might get as you travel through the different experiences. And we all had that. But if it wasn't because of that, we wouldn't be who we are right now. You are the total sum of all the lifetimes you have ever been in this planet and other planets. Right now, you are the sum of all those lives. That is the positive, negative emotions that you have ever been. That it has taught you how to be right now. And if you ever experience negative emotions, you know that. It's because you're out of alignment, off center, not on your path. You're choosing something else other than what you really are. And all you have to say is, how do I want to continue to experience this? If not, okay, then let's get back on course. Let's get back on path. But this is about self-reflection. One time when I was volunteering for a juvie center, juvenile center, these guys were always bringing up dark conversations. And one time, one of them asked me, do you know of a way to break a pact with the devil? Surprised me. And I said, what do you mean? He says, I made a pact with the devil. And I said, did you get what you asked for? Because you're here right now. How can you have a pact with the devil and you're here in this juvenile center? Shouldn't he have given you riches and fame? He just shook his head and walked away. He didn't want to continue the conversation. But see, it's all about choices, isn't it? You can choose to experience negative or dark emotions. You can always correct that. You can always come back to your path. No need to beat yourself up for whatever you did, said, or thought. Go easy on you. Forgive you. Ask for assistance. Because you cannot really stay in that lower vibration state forever. You can't. It's too tiresome. It might take you a couple lifetimes, maybe, but really, in the scheme of things, a couple lifetimes is nothing. When you've been around 3.5 million years or more, a couple lifetimes is nothing. But the goal is to continue to change, continue to evolve, continue to grow, continue to ascend. The experiences that you have, by the way, are not just yours. They also belong to Source. That's how Source learns how to be. And unbelievably or unbelievable, but Source has never judged you. Not once. Because Source knows that every choice is an experience. And from every choice, it learns. It probably learns better than you do because we keep making the same choices and it takes us a little bit longer to learn. And boy, do we judge ourselves, don't we? We are professionals at judging ourselves. If you think others are judging you, it's you telling them to judge you. You transmit the thoughts to them, and then they open their eyes and they look at you, trying to find the judgment that you send them to see in you. And that's when you see judgment in their eyes. But it wasn't them. We are like Dish TV. I think that's the name of that service, Dish TV or cable TV or something. Receptors of waves. And if you're sending me the wave that I should judge you for this, I'm going to turn around, look at you, look for that thing that you're telling me to judge you on. And then you're going to think everybody's judging you. We're cute, aren't we? Yeah, we're definitely cute. The one thing you got to get, you've never done a single thing wrong in your life. And those things that you think are bad choices that you made, they weren't bad. You just had to learn them. And with it, so did Source. Because you and Source are one. You came from Source. You have the essence of God in you. Some call that being God. Some people are appalled at you calling yourself God. But if you talk about it objectively, if you have this essence of God in you, what does that make you? Right. That's why you're a celestial. That's why you're infinite. There's no beginning and there's no end to you. So, in addition to that, because you're a celestial, you are a creator. And you create your future. You create your life. You create your life. You create your living. You create your experiences. A lot of things are happening in the world right now. People are afraid. People are losing their jobs. But don't feed that. The more you feed that, the more it's going to come true. Instead, think about the future you want to live in. What is the future you want to have? You want to have safe neighborhoods, safe communities. You want to have abundance in everything. Abundance with beautiful flowers, abundance with fruit, with food, whether that includes meat or not, who knows? As a matter of fact, last night I was dreaming of a tree. I was under a tree and I was eating the fruit of the tree. But the fruit, I've never seen that fruit. It was a little big, but it tasted like chicken. So we might even have trees that grow meat-like fruits. Kind of weird, huh? But if that's the case, we wouldn't have to kill any animals. How about that? Because fruits is you're not killing anything when you eat a fruit. But when you eat a lettuce, you are killing the lettuce. When you eat asparagus, you are killing the asparagus because you're cutting it. It's not a fruit. A fruit a tree produces, and if you eat it or don't eat it, it drops. But nothing happens to the tree. Mm-hmm. Why am I talking about the killing? Well, the killing is a sin. Killing of anything is a sin. And that includes vegetables and trees and all that. Yeah. So the universal laws is what's going to come into effect more than anything else. Universal laws will be very much in effect. Shortly. How shortly? Maybe in the next 10, 20 years. Because there's no need to kill animals if a tree is going to give you the meat-like products that you can consume and get the vitamins and the minerals that you need for your body to live on. How's that look? Big change. These changes are happening and they're happening fast. Just look at the deserts. Some deserts are already flowering. They got greens growing on them. I don't know that they can be called deserts anymore. But focus on what you want to show up. You are an eternal being, a celestial. You are unconditional love. And you are a creator. Create with consciousness. Conscious creation for the life you want to live, the future you want to have. Yeah. You can make a huge change in this world. And you are our future. We are each other's future. As creators, focus on what you want, not on misery. Everybody else is wallowing in misery. Stop looking at the news. Don't watch TV for the news. Watch happy shows, things that do not take you down emotionally, because you don't want to be creating that. So, what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you and your body be to create the future you truly wish? And creator of all that is, you there? Good morning. Creator of all that is, it is commanded that people, that beings on this multiverse have ease with these changes. Thank you. I just saw ribbons of pink, blue, green, white, yellow come down. See, when you make a command of the creator, you get it right away. Like I said, Source has never been mad at you. You have been more mad at you than Source has. So forgive yourself and choose what's beneficial for you. Choose what you want to be, how you want to feel, where you want to live, how you want to live. It's your birthright while you're in this bodysuit. And create what you want to experience. And with that, let's take a couple deep breaths as we come back to the present. And when you're ready, rub your hands together, rub your face, and open your eyes.